Good evening and welcome. Today, we're diving into one of the most underrated yet increasingly critical sectors in the global market, manganese, a key component in the future of energy and electric vehicle batteries. Joining us today is Martin, a leading figure in the manganese industry and a key player behind a rapidly developing North American project. Over the past year, his company has made significant progress in both technology and production capabilities. Martin, thank you for joining us.
First of all, thank you very much for having me back again. And I'd like to say hello to all our German investors, and they've been very, very patient with us, and we get a lot of very, very kind comments.
Martin, your company has seen quite a bit of development over the last 12 months. Can you walk us through some of the key milestones and what's changed recently?
We are very pleased. We're really progressing really well now. And we have now started finally our pre-feasibility study, which has happened in December. We were supposed to really start the pre-feasibility last spring, but we decided to do a project, an ore sorting project, which means it upgrades our ore. And it was very intense. And we spent 4 months doing this project. And we sent 400 kilos to a South African specialist who specialized in ore sorting, and we got magnificent results. So it was really worth the wait. We were able to reduce all the waste by 70%, which is fantastic. And the most interesting part is we upgraded our ore from 8% the grade to 14, which is phenomenal. So that means we can really produce a lot more with a lot less product, which is going to really reduce our costs for production, OPEX, CAPEX. Finally, since we started in 2016, Joe, we're starting to get worldwide recognition now. Finally, because of our extraction process. In most mining projects, it's very easy to take out the ore. But how do you really extract it and make it into an end product, cost effective? And it's taken us like 6-7 years, and thanks to Kepman research out of Richmond, British Columbia, they've worked exclusively and very long and hard and tedious with pilot projects to finally reach that goal. So we're able now to produce a high quality product to meet all the major contamination levels because of an EV battery. Because there's two basically types of standards. There's the Chinese standard and the North American European standard. And it comes down to parts per million. And we're finally, after many, many years, we're able to produce it consistently. We also just had a patent. We received a patent from South Africa on this extraction process. We've also applied to 5 more countries and 6 more countries, and we're waiting for acceptance on a patent.
This is only for this to process to extract.
Basically, you take a piece of rock that has 50 different materials in there, and you have to dunk it into sulfuric acid and process it and relieve all the different contaminants. But I don't want to get too technical, but there's 3 or 4 major contaminants in our product that's extremely, extremely difficult.
But you find a solution for that.
We've did. Well, we worked on it since June 2022 to now to do it. And we spent like $3-4 million on this process. And it's very interesting because we're very, very proud because we've taken most of the money we raised, we've put it into R&D and into the ground and drilling and into geology, and we have a very, very low overhead and burn rate, and we've kept the money into the company, and we have like $2 million right now in the company. But the most interesting part, which I forgot to mention, was last year Eric Sprott, who is a major investor, called me one day out of the blue and said, "Hey, I've been doing some research on your company, and I love your management because we have expertise management." And he invested $2 million into our company. He owns 24% of the company. So he has warrants for another $2 million that we're hoping he's going to exercise. He's already passed it by double and a half the exercise price, okay? He's done wonderful with the stock, and I just want to say a big thank you to Eric, because I've talked to him, and for a gentleman in that type of structure and standing. He's a real down-to-earth person. He's talked to us for over an hour and tried to help us, and he's really helped us with our company. And I know that the markets are a little slow, but he sees the future, that in order to produce these EV batteries and also backup energy storage batteries.
I think this is the biggest story in Europe.
You hit the nail on the head right now. All this big artificial intelligence coming up, they're going to need big power, and they're going to need backup energy storage. And this is the future, and it's the sleeper. It's the real sleeper, because they're going to need manganese. The lithium iron phosphate, LFP, is no manganese, but now they've combined LFMP, manganese. It's substituting iron, and it's about 55-60% manganese. Then you got something called the LMR battery, which is the up-and-coming battery lithium manganese enriched battery. I'm saying 60-65% manganese in there. I've been following Tesla a lot. They have something called a robot taxi. A robot taxi is basically where it's like an Uber taxi, except it's driverless, and it's a third of the price. And guess what kind of batteries they're using? There you go, they're using manganese in those batteries. So it's just a matter of time and effort. I am very proud to let you know that we're one of the very few manganese companies in the world is being pre-qualified. Okay, a lot of people are saying that, and we're being pre-qualified by a company called C4V in New York. It's a leader in technology there. It's a gigafactory, and there's 3 phases. It's been a year and a half, and we finished phase 2 at 70% capacity, and we have done 4,700 cycles. That is one of the best ratings of any battery chemistry in the world. You can compare it to NMC, LMFP, LMRs. That is great. And we beat like a nickel manganese by 200%, LMFP by like 60 or 70%. So the good part is now we just have made 10 kilos of our product, and we're sending it to C4V in New York, and they're going to test it for a year. But so far, we've not had one complaint or anything like this, and it's really showing unbelievable results.
What shareholder can expect in next 12 months?
The bottom line right now is, let's get that pre-feasibility study completed. Let's continue sending out samples to get tested. We're getting, just tested with our specs, but everything so far, there hasn't been any complaints to some large OEMs that's called us about our specs and our results, and continue moving forward onward. My last comment before I go is it's not a one-man team. Like, I have to say, like, we've got such a great little team that's been with us since 2016, and we have the very devoted team.
And that was Martin, shedding light on the future of manganese and its growing role in global energy solutions. Stay with us for more updates on industry trends and market insights. Good night.